Okay, I was in a Facebook group for gardeners this morning, and we were chatting about, or someone posted, what's the worst and best things that some of your clients give you, come out, like feed you, so give you drinks, food. You know, sometimes you get some nice clients out there, sometimes you get some really bad ones. What's the craziest, what's the most disgusting? And it basically reminded me of a time that I got the worst thing, food, cake, and I'll tell you about it in a sec. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. So good morning and welcome to another day here on planet Earth. I am your merry gardener. This is medium latte extra hot episode 122. So we'll dive into this. We'll start with some of the others. Let me just pull this up. It's here we go. Okay, so I've hidden their names, but I'm going to read them out. So, some matey made me a cuppa with milk that was floating on the top of the mug where it was curdled. I almost spewed. I've had that from students before, where they've made it with powdered milk and it's just still like the powdered milk on top. It's gross. It's gross. Please don't make tea or coffee with powdered milk. It should be made illegal. Okay. Had one woman couldn't remember if I wanted tea or coffee, so she made me both in the same cup. Cuckoo. What would you call that? A coffee tea? I think you call it a coffee tea. Well, you do like chocolate and coffee together, which is like a mocha. So why not coffee and tea? I think I've actually had that before. It's not that bad, to be honest. Yeah, there's way worse things. This person says the hot drink I was offered turned out to be hot water. What is that? Who just like, oh, let's just, oh. So they offered him a hot drink. So they just put the hot tap on. That's weird. That is weird. This is my one. So this is what I got offered. A sponge cake that smelt of curry because it was in the kitchen while they made a curry. Took one sniff and chucked it. So this was an Indian company, so they probably always make curry. They probably didn't even realise that their cake, it was like a sponge cake with some like jam in it. And it must have just been sat in the kitchen while they made their curry. And they probably make curry every day, I can imagine. But I brought it out and I like was getting ready to eat it, and I could just, totally make you gag. Chucked it. Sorry, I didn't want to be rude, so I kind of just binned it. Didn't tell him. Yeah, lovely cake. Thanks very much. So this guy makes a good point. People with the least have the biggest hearts. This seems to be true. It's the posh ones that are tight as crap, I guess he means, and would rather watch you faint working in the sunshine before offering you a glass of tap water. I do find that. I don't necessarily think they're all tight, or some of them are. Some of them just seem so busy. Like sometimes some of the clients, you find the ones that have a lot of wealth and money, they always run around doing stuff. And when the reason I think that is because when I chat to them, it feels like they, you know, have a limited amount of time. They don't want to talk to you. They're kind of like trying to get away with the conversation. Although I do chat a lot, so not a lot. I can tell when they don't want to, so I just let them go. But some of them just seem like they haven't got any time for you. And that rings true with making you a cup of tea. Some of them surprise you as well. I've got one that barely makes me a cup of tea ever, and then randomly at the odd occasion she'll come out like once a year or something. So, do you want a coffee? I was like, wow, yes please, I would love a coffee. First one this year. Let's ditch that. So anyone else who's a gardener, comment below, what's the worst, craziest, disgusting, most amazing? Actually, the most amazing one I've had, one of my clients made me homemade soup. Now that is just going above and beyond. I have had a client who I was pressure washing, and it was snowing at the time, and so clearly a tough day. And then she had another guy come in who was servicing her computer, and they sat in the window, both drinking coffee, watching me pressure wash outside. Didn't offer me a coffee at all. Although I got so cold, I had to go knock on the door and say, look, any chance of a coffee? She's like, oh God, I'm so sorry. Sometimes people just don't think. They're just like in a little daze, in a little bubble of their own little world inside, and they just don't think. That's sometimes all it is. And if you really need and want a coffee, just go and ask people. Don't be so proud. Anyway, I've got to shoot. It's absolutely papping it down outside. I'm going to put my waterproofs on and crack on. I'm running a little bit late this morning, but hey ho, let's get cracking on. Earn some monies. Rent's due in a few days, so boom, bang. Like, subscribe, smash notification bell. See you on the morrow, peeps.